Hi guys, it's Rob again, and we're back onto the can we make leather bracelets, and for that matter, leather earrings, necklaces, etc., and make a decent living from it. And yes, we can. And we've got onto the video of how to make them, actually how to sell them, how to get rid of them. Right, so you've done your research. Please research. You've set up the products that you can and can't make, your competitive prices. You're either buying them in or making them, or combination of both, which is what I do suggest you do. So now we get to, and you've calculated your pricing, by the way. So now I could talk about these following items. Sorry about the kids again. Sales and distribution channels, online platforms, local markets, retail stores, marketing strategies, social media and online marketing, building a brand. Those 6 items alone, I could do 10 videos on each one of them, and each one of those could be a 30-minute, 50-minute video. That's how much detail I can impart for you. So to give you an example, marketing strategies with leather bracelets. Do not put them on a table like every other crafting auntie. Please, I'm begging you. You will sell them if you put them on your table with nice looking little racks. But if you put them on a table on these nice looking racks that are as tall as you are, yay for that. Sorry, I'm so passionate about this. I honestly believe this is the biggest screw up that marketers do. Sorry if I'm starting to push your unhappy button, peeing on your batteries here. If you've been putting your leather bracelets on tables for years. But if you put them onto a rack that is a foldable rack that stands from the floor to as high as you can reach, right? And it opens up like a I've got no idea what you want to call it, like a briefcase, but it's that big. And you had 20 of them. You literally haul them out. They all clip together. You haul them out. You stand them up on the floor. You swing them open. You clip them back to back so that it turns into an X of displayed jewelry in the center, and another there and there and there. And in 15 minutes, you will have the most impressive visible displayed bracelets that you've ever seen, and you will sell 20 times more, 50. No, let's not be guessing. More than 10 times. You will sell more than 10 times what you sold on your pretty stretchy tablecloth table, in your white clear gazebo thing that you go there with every time, week after week, looking just like the guy next to you and the guy next to you. This building a brand thing is so impressive, and you don't even have to be a brand they know. They must just get there and think, there's the guy, whoa, and they want to run to you because your stall stands double the height, and not because people have to climb a ladder to get your stock, but because you've got a banner that's 2 meters high wrapped around the top of your wooden structure that you've built. So passion. Let's go down to, try and start this calmly, Rob. Start 3 minutes and 37 seconds. I'm embarrassed about the howling there. So you can choose whichever way you like to do, and sometimes you like to do them all, but you've got to remember that if you're manufacturing this, you're working all day making them, then you've got to go and handle your online market through Etsy, through your website, through Pinterest, through your Facebook page. You've got to handle all of the orders from your wholesale. So you see that at some point, if you're physically making them, either you're now employing 5 or 10 people to make them, which by the way will work fine too if you've taught them exact way you do it, and the one guy alone is producing, I'm so glad I kept this image open, one guy alone is producing 50 of these every single day, and the profit on that thing, let's pick a number, is 10, so he's worth $500 a day to you, and you're paying him $100. And if you had 10 of those, you've got $5,000, and if your retail is working, you'll be just fine. So again, I'm not going to go into a million hours of this. I know I want to, but let's just say online, Etsy is fine. Amazon is great too. In truth, your self-hosted website is by far the best, not Shopify, not Wix, none of them. And if you want me to know why more, I'll make you a very detailed video on that. But you control your self-hosted website. Wow, hang on a second. Whew, I had to shut the door. I couldn't hear myself think anymore. One kid was teasing the other kid. Okay, so back to this. Online is very powerful. The beautiful part about online is you can sometimes switch it on and off, literally state out of stock. But when it's selling well, you know that's what you've got to make tons of, that specific item, right? If you can get your Etsy and Amazon, if you're on there, by the way, and your own website working well, you will find that you will never need to do a market again, because you will not have time. You can, online sales is worldwide, so it makes sense that the keyword research, is it still open? Please tell me it's still open. So, look at these women's leather necklaces, cuff bracelet, 880. These are huge numbers when you add them up. And so if you could have 10,000 people, 10,000 focusing. So if you go to a market where there's 10,000 now, craft market, flea market, a bike rally, which is still very well targeted, but let's just say a craft market, and 10,000 pitch up, you're going to tell people, ooh, I know, I'm on those groups on Facebook. I did so well over the weekend. There were 10,000 people there. How many of those people wanted leather bracelets? I can tell you now, 500 of the 10,000, and they only wanted them. How many willing to buy it? Well, 50 or 100 of them, and they buy from you, right? And you did well. But now when you go online to keywords, these people are looking for it. So it's like they're standing there with money in their hands saying, oh, please have what I'm looking for. And if you have it, you have it. If you don't, you don't. And I've lost where the hell I was. So Etsy, Amazon, woohoo, they work well. And your self-hosted website can be 10 times more powerful than them, even though they do have huge numbers of visitors. Google will rank you very well, or your social media marketing will send you so many people that you will never ever need to. Okay, so all of this is true. My AI genius telling me optimize your listings with high quality photos, detailed descriptions. I'm a Pinterest addict because it's shopping, visual shopping. It's like, whoa, amazing. You can bring 100,000 people a day to your website through Pinterest if you do it right. Do I do it? No, because lots of broken. Do I know how to do it? Yeah. I'm going to show you. You can go and do it. Okay, so online platforms, cool. Do it. But remember, research. I would suggest, especially if you're new. So research with your 10 variations, test them on markets, craft markets, where you can see people's eyeball reaction, where they dive straight towards the colorful red leather printed ones and totally ignore your ones with leather and beads over there. Or they dive towards the leather and beads, or they just simply go for those wide leather ones where you've stamped a pattern into it, like those Celtic ones. And you will find out that, oh boy, wow, people love those, and then you'll make more and more. So somewhere along the wine, don't do wine work. Somewhere along the line, you will have produced literally hundreds and hundreds of sizes and variations of that one of yours that worked, the Celtic, etc., etc. And when you know from your markets, incidentally, it can take 6 months to a year to find that out. But when you know that, you will have. And then let me stop you putting them up on Facebook straight away onto Etsy and running an ad. I mean, come on. If you've got the cash flow, it's a very, very good way to test it. If you run an ad and spend, pick any number you like, $500 running an ad for your Celtic things, and they don't sell, well, then you know not to do that again, right? But if you run the ad and your click-through rate, your return is massive. You spend $500 on advertising and sell 5,000 or 15,000's worth of them, well, hello, give up the markets, go straight to running ads, and you'll be fine. So again, physical craft markets, wholesalers help to avoid them in the beginning. The Etsy type shop, with or without ads, work, and then your own website, and then Pinterest, driving paid ads and not paid ads, driving products. There you will find a time when one of them click for you and it'll start to pay you the most. You at that point can then decide to give up the others. I always suggest that you stay on the markets. You can dump old stock, you can test new products, and you don't have to do a market every weekend. You pick 4 or 5 a year, preferably 2-day markets, and you set up a stall, a booth that, in my language, wat skrik vir niks, and in my language means that is so powerful, that I've seen people run. By the way, this was the thing that I'm obsessed about. Your visual, and we crafters go to Facebook, and I cry every day when I see them. It's my first market, look at what I'm thinking. I've changed my tablecloths. Where can I get gutters for my whoa? And I'm thinking, really, that's the words I know use, because I know from whatever it was, 30 years of doing markets back in the day, every weekend I was somewhere. I know the ones where I watch some family come up with their kiddie stroller and 2 kids on a bicycle and a duck on their head, and they pitch up in the market and their eyes light up for somebody. There's always that market where you can just see them. They literally ignore the first 20, they go straight across the field and to that guy. At the night guy, it's the guy with the brightest lights, sadly. I'm sorry about that, it's true. And then in the daytime, it's either the biggest stall, literally not a 10 by 10, a 30 by 20. A booth that is double the height, is branded, every single thing. They've got 15 people marketing from there. Hell, it's so important, the marketing side of how you do that show. Incidentally, as important about how you do your website. Now, here's the thing. Sorry about this. I have got 15 years experience in websites. I've built hundreds for people. And I've got to tell you that it's still, even with all my skills, there can still be hit and miss. So you need to experiment, do pages that are so basic with just the picture. Is it still open? With just a picture, pow. And then buy now, literally $10 each, buy now. It might actually be the easiest, instead of this whole, it's made from 3mm genuine kudu cowhide with sterling silver. People want to like it, buy and go. I don't know. Incidentally, I'd also tell you to write down made from 3mm. By the way, just a comment, I'm finished, by the way. 13 minutes, not too bad. And if you needed more help, by the way, I might start a membership thing where all of these tips go in there by the hundreds, and you will have lots of ideas. For example, let me tell you a tip here. So sorry, I said you can go if you want. I remember going to one of the big craft markets. This was a market where I used to earn enough to live for 3 months from 1 week of a show, right? It was impressive. I mean, you were exhausted. You were exhausted for 2 weeks before making stock. You were exhausted from the setup and the non-stop selling, and you were exhausted delivering and whatever afterwards. I digress. There was this guy who made tin products. It's all I can think of. I know it is corrugated iron. I don't know if that's a common word for the world. But anyway, you know, that wavy, curvy tin stuff. And this guy made all of these tin things. He cut out birds and he made little pot plants out of tin. Impressive stuff. Incredible. With wire and string and, you know, all sorts of, I can't look up, you know. Some of them were impressive. So amazing. But he then built a double story, I'm not joking, a double-story stall. His booth was double-story. Now, I don't think you could get upstairs, but he had buckets and things hanging from the sky up there on this shack. It looked like a shack made out of corrugated iron. But it wasn't a shack. It was designed very clever. It was designed to look like an old farm stall that you just want to go in and find the stuff. And that was one I saw people running to them. Literally, they'd look up, see it, and families would be fastest to slowest, spread out across the field with the poor little kids toddling along at the back thinking, "Mommy, mommy, mommy." And it was impressive. They did a huge turnover. So build a brand, but a visual brand on the thing. Build a brand on your website, obviously. But brand building can take a very long time before people actually use your name to look you up, like Toyota. Okay, let me get out of here. Any more questions, you must search through this website. I'm going to be doing, like I did this for leather bracelets and then get deviated anyway. I'm probably going to be doing lots of them for hats, for shoe racks, for earrings. Does it pay to make whatever it is, dog bandanas, all of those kind of things I'm going to test. And oh yeah, I probably should tell you, if you're still here, I'm impressed. Thanks, guys. I'm going to do a keyword package for bracelets. So I'm going to now go and download all of these keywords and put them in a package for you, that you don't have to do this. Because if you could sift through this, bracelets for men with name, 1900, that goes exactly into the men's bracelet, engraved again, personalized bracelets. Can you see? These all add up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I don't know, 10, 60, pick a number, 60,000 leather personalized bracelet, personalized, I must be on personalized, yeah, I am. So when you start to realize, okay, I want to go there, and you start to create, by the way, if it were me, I would produce a post for this with an example of a customized one. And then I would do 10 Pinterest pins and social media marketing. I would put it into an automated system that pins my pins automatically for the next 2 years. And then I would go and sit by the pool with a beer, waiting for Pinterest and my social media, etc., and for that matter, Google, to pick up all of these pages that are keyword orientated and start to send me people. It's sort of like that. Okay, I'm out of here. I was going to try and tell you there will be a keyword package that is for sale. So yes, I finally will be. It doesn't exist yet, so it's not yet for sale. So if you want it, email me and say, Rob, you said on that personalized leather bracelets that you were going to make a keyword package. Do you have it? And if I did, I'd probably have put it on the page. And if I didn't yet, shout at me, ask me to do it, and in a day or two I would have put it together for you. It's literally worth $1,000, and you will be paying $10, $20, $30 for it, or whatever at the time. Cool, man. Take care. Cheers.